So, all right, everyone, welcome to the channel. As always, thanks for stopping by and hanging out for a few. Now, here we are at the start of 2023. We're looking at building our drone businesses into the new year. And of course, we would love some of that new tech that's coming out and has been coming out for over the course of a year. Now, specifically, we're going to talk about DJI, but this also applies to some of the other drone manufacturers out there. And the big thing that you need to think about when you're making a new drone purchase is, does this cover the work that I do? And what I mean by that is I've got some Mavic 2 Pros right over here, carrying case, one of my Mavic 2 Pros, another one's in the carrying case here. We've got the Phantom 4 Pro as well. And these particular devices cover all of the needs that I have right now for building and growing my drone business. So doing two-dimensional models and maps, doing time-lapse video flights, doing time-lapse stills, 360-degree aerials, and more. We cover all of those things. Now, the new lineup that DJI has been releasing over the past few months and year is the Mavic 3 lineup. Incredibly enough, I found on somebody else's channel that there were 6 different drones with a Mavic 3 label. And I said, that can't be right. Maybe there's like 4. No, there really is 6 different drones for the Mavic 3 series. You've got the Mavic 3, the Mavic 3 Cinema, the Mavic 3 Classic, the Mavic 3 Enterprise, the Mavic 3 Thermal, and then the Mini, Mavic 3 Mini or Mavic Mini, whatever you call it. But so there we go. That is 6 different drones in the new lineup here coming into 2023. And one of the biggest things, one of the biggest reasons why I said over a year ago I wasn't purchasing it yet is because there was no SDK, no software developers kit. Now in my business, I use multiple third-party applications to help plan and manage my flights for my clients. I set up repeatable flight paths so that I can go back to the same job site, repeat the flight that we did last time, give time-lapse material to the clients to show them the changes of their construction sites over time. At present, the Mavic 3 lineup for the standard Mavic 3, the Mavic 3 Classic, and the Mavic 3 Cinema have just received Waypoint missions from DJI. So these Waypoint missions can be governed by the controller that you purchase from them, but they're not releasing the SDK to those third parties. So when I think about Drone Harmony or Litchi or Map Pilot Pro or Measure Ground Control, those particular drones do not have support from third-party apps. It's not the third party's choice, it's DJI's choice not to provide that SDK. Now recently they'd released the Mavic 3 Enterprise and the Mavic 3 Thermal, and so it looks like there is going to be an SDK for the Mavic 3 Enterprise. They offer their own software planning kit as well. It's a program called Theta, and if you look it up, you're going to find out that the price of Theta standalone is $4,400. That is a little expensive for newer drone pilots just starting out. That's a little expensive for me as well. So that $4,400 is not standalone. You also have to purchase the drone. If I were to make a purchase of the Mavic 3 Enterprise today, I would be going with their package that lists at $5,600 because I want the additional batteries and the controller as well. So $5,600 for the Mavic 3 Enterprise plus $4,400 for the software Theta comes to a $10,000 investment. I think most new drone operators, that might be out of your price range, I'm sorry to say. And, you know, even for ourselves, we've been building this business for 5 years now, and that is a steep price, especially when you think about the fact that I can achieve just about everything with my Mavic 2 Pro or with my Phantom 4 Pro. I feel like both of those are Swiss Army knives of the air. I could do most anything I want to with the Phantom 4 Pro, and I can do everything I want to for my clients with the Mavic 2 Pros. So they cover all the bases. Now seeing Litchi's new lineup with 6 different flavors of the Mavic 3 family, not only can it be confusing, if you purchase the wrong one, it could be a costly mistake for you where you find yourself either returning it or just living with it until we see something come along. At present, what we know is the Mavic 3 Classic, which is the most introductory price, I think coming in around $1,600. Looks like a fun drone to fly. We can do our video, we can do our stills, but we are not doing pre-planned missions outside of DJI's Waypoint environment. So they've offered that. One of the big things that I like to do is actually be able to share my flights and my flight information through Litchi's Mission Hub, or through syncing through Map Pilot Pro, or through syncing through Drone Harmony. And right now, where it stands with the Mavic 3, the Cinema, and the Classic, we're not going to be able to access those applications. That might change, so you might watch this later and say, Rich, you're wrong. Things have changed. But in the meantime, for those of you who are interested in getting into mapping and modeling, what can we do as a beginner's training wheels drone? It might be the 2S, the Mini 2S from DJI, because that's still available. So I've had a lot of people get in touch with me and say, Rich, what's the right drone for doing mapping and modeling? And it's tough for me to give a good answer right now, especially in the DJI ecosystem. What I'd like to see is more competitors coming to market so that we have more options, so that we're not all funneled into the DJI machine. Nothing against them. But I would like some more flexibility and some more choice. Could you imagine going to a car dealership and being shown 6 different flavors of the same car? Car number 1 is great in dry weather road conditions. Car number 2 is great in wet weather. Car number 3 has heated seats that the other cars don't have. Car number 4 has a fancy steering wheel. I'm going on here. You get the idea. 6 different flavors of this drone, and 5 of those flavors have the very similar build quality and similar batteries as well. So it's minor tweaks, but I feel like if I were to buy from DJI today, I'd most likely want to be buying the DJI Enterprise and probably a DJI Mavic Classic as well. So there we have it. Before you make a purchase, before you actually give your credit card number and make an order, double check beyond megapixels, beyond video, beyond ProRes processing versus H.265 and all those things that you've watched videos about, beyond flight speed and elevation and all of that. Think about whether or not these new drones will be able to integrate with the systems that you're already using. Or if you get one of these drones, are you going to have to start from scratch in building your business and building your client flight logs? I don't want to do that.